Felicity from GetYourRockOut, and I'm here with a couple of the guys from the Idle Dead. How are you doing today?
Fantastic, actually.
Good, thank you.
And we're here, of course, at SOS Fest. So did you enjoy the show?
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, it was our first time here as well, so it was really good. Yeah.
I was convinced. Oh no, we've done Hard Rock Hell before. Yeah, there we go. So many festivals. And how did you find the kind of crowd response? Were you pleased with it?
Very pleased. It's actually a little bit overwhelming. We weren't expecting to go down quite that well, because it's generally a lot heavier than what we normally do. So we thought the crowd might be a little bit, they're a bit soft. But yeah, they seemed to open up to us and they took us in with open arms. Well, great, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was brilliant. I think we heard the first band on as well, and we sort of thought, quite a lot heavier. So you start to get a bit worried, and you finish that first song, and it's just that moment when your first song finishes and the music sort of quietens away, and you're thinking, right, what we're going to hear? Am I just going to, tumbleweed? Is it just going to be silence? But no, it was really good.
Well, it's brilliant. I'm really glad to hear it. And you guys have been running a pledge campaign, which seems to have gone really, really well. And so how have you found that so far?
Yeah, it's been absolutely brilliant. We're 116% through it already, so people can still pledge or can effectively pre-order. But it's been a lot of fun. There's a lot of interaction with our fans. People have pledged, and just. We've had a lot of fun actually doing the updates, putting videos together and doing stuff like that. Sort of every week, we're writing more and more because we're still sort of finishing off writing the album. So can't wait to get into the studio. But it's just been great fun actually. Every week trying to do something and keep people involved.
That's really nice. I mean, that's really nice. And so do you definitely feel as though it has given you like that much kind of whole new level when it comes to the amount of contact that you've had with the fans? Has that really worked for you?
Yeah, it's weird to us that into calling them fans now, because we know the people, well, some of the people. It's always nice when somebody we don't know pledges, because that's like, wow, we actually are finding people that don't know us who want to spend money on us.
There's probably been about 120 or 130 odd sort of unique pledges. So, I mean, that is for me. That's people that are taking a chance to say, we have faith that we're going to like what you're doing, kind of thing, before we've even done anything. So, I think that's the thing that's probably the hardest to get your head around. And that the first weekend that we launched it, we sort of, first day we got to like 25-30%. And then by the end of the week, by the start of the next week, I think we were pretty much at like 60 or 70%. It was unbelievable.
But then you get things like a couple of weeks ago, we got a pledger from Japan, and we all kind of saw his name, and we all, does anybody know this guy? I haven't got a clue. Where's he from? Japan. Wow. That was phenomenal for us.
We've had a bit of luck really through the Wild Hearts forum and stuff like that. So people on there. I mean, we've obviously got some fans of the Wild Hearts in our band, and people are active on their boards and stuff like that. So people have mentioned it, and we've got some similarities just on the fact that they're an influence to a few of the guys in the band. So it kind of there's the odd song that sounds a bit kind of, you could say, it's a bit of a Wild Heartsy kind of song. So it's been brilliant.
I'm really, really glad to hear it's gone down so well. And also, there was a BBC appearance quite recently, I seem to remember.
Yes, I was tasked with the job of phoning anybody that had listened, and the BBC listened. And they said, we'll get Tour de France out of the way, and then we'll get in touch with you. And I thought, I'm never going to hear from you ever again. And then I got a phone call on the Wednesday asking if we were free on the Thursday.
Are you serious?
And I said, well, I am. You were in Inverness.
I was in Scotland. So.
Casey, it was his girlfriend's birthday, so he were already fully booked up. Tim's Tim, basically. Yeah, he probably won't watch us anyway. And I phoned Polly and said, please tell me you're free tomorrow, because I am not the right person to talk about the pledge, because I don't know enough. I just come and play bass. But yeah, they had us play through a song twice. They asked us all sorts of questions, and then they lumped us in with One Direction.
Well, no, I think that they were focusing on the guy from One Direction who was trying to do a crowdfunding campaign for buying Doncaster Rovers, and obviously I think he got about 30% and at the end, and that's all he managed, so obviously he doesn't get his money. So it was kind of saying, it was kind of looking at the comparison, and because that would have been one of the bigger crowdfunding things to happen. I think it's trying to raise like £2 million, so he's asking a lot, but then it comes down to what you give back, and he had things like doing 250 quid for a selfie. You get to meet him and have a selfie and stuff like that. So I don't think
kind of a lot of money to have your picture taken with something from Doncaster.
When you think that One Direction, their main fan base is 14-year-old girls, who's going to have 200? I don't have 250 quid, and I'm a 28-year-old bloke.
And I think it's also just, I think the intention was right. I don't think there was a problem with what he was trying to achieve, but I think we're trying our very best. Everything that we think of doing when we do an update or when we did pledge exclusives and stuff, we're trying to think, would people like this? Is this of a benefit to someone else? It's not for us.
We're trying to keep it realistic to our level.
But it's never about us. We're trying not to make it about us. We're trying to, keep it light-hearted, take the mick out of ourselves a bit from time to time, and just try and always think we're going to do some new merch. Would people like this? It wasn't what we want to do. It's would other people like it. I think that's the difference.
There was talk a while ago about a line of hats we were going to do, but we decided against it because we thought, well, nobody's going to buy it. And it's the case that we could have made 50 baseball hats, but we could have ended up with 48 at the end of pledge that we just wouldn't sell. So we decided to go down the T-shirt line or the bracelet line, or things that we know people would want because they have either bought from us before, or that's what they buy off other banks.
That's a good way to do it, definitely. But no, I mean it's a front. The BBC. I mean that's got to be a good thing, and so I think well done on landing that. It's really impressive. And like the next few months, I mean, what are you guys planning? I know you want to end up back in the studio at some point soon. And so when might that happen? And what else have you got on the cards?
So that will be pretty soon. So we're at the back end of finishing off writing the album. So we'd hope to get in the studio in the next sort of couple of months, really. And then we have got gigs kind of lined up through to sort of middle of October. But then my wife we've got our second child due at the end of October, so...
Congratulations.
No, it's so inconsiderate.
It is. I mean, how dare you? Do you not plan these things around the band? Come on.
So we had been hoping earlier to actually get the album done and actually do an album launch and everything before that, do a few gigs and then take a bit of time off and then come back. But realistically, I think we might have to we're probably going to look after that. The pledge campaign has we're due to deliver things around November time, so we would like to have thought that we recorded everything by the time I need to sort of stop being busy, and then we can have a bit of time. Obviously, our audio guru can do his bits, finish off the album, and then we can get it launched and get it out there. And we're hoping to launch it back end of November, which will hopefully do a big gig. We haven't quite decided exactly what we're going to do yet.
Brilliant. That sounds really, really good. So all kind of sounding very positive. I mean, thank you so much for taking the time to chat. It has been like a real pleasure as per usual. And I have absolutely no doubt that we're going to end up seeing you somewhere at some point soon anyway.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Cheers.